even the farmers market, I've been hearing that majority of those booths, they don't actually get their food from around here. They go to the Toronto terminal where they just buy a crap load of food on a ship and pretty much bring it down here and sell it. So that transparency, where being more honest with your local consumers, where like, is that food actually coming from around here? Are we supporting real local farmers or not?
Where do you grocery shop?
Sobeys or Zehrs.
On average, Sobeys, the St. Jacobs Farmers Market.
Walmart, Sobeys. I go to Zehrs in Waterloo. Try to go to the farmer's market when I can, but I don't have a car, so it's really hard.
One thing is that if you're going to a supermarket like Zehrs or Metro or something like that, anything that you're seeing on those store shelves that's being marketed to you as sustainable, it is being produced on a very large scale, and guaranteed those eggs with the picture of a sunrise and a chicken standing outside are not produced in the way that you think they're produced. You're going to have to source it somewhere else. Pretty much you're going to have to try to meet that farmer and make sure that it's actually coming from what you see as ideal, especially when it comes to meat.
I think one of the benefits of living in Waterloo Region is that farms are not far away. If you look at the Taste Local, Taste Fresh map, and you can find out sort of where you can go and, aside from farmers markets, go and buy direct from farmers.
Getting your vegetables from a known place is something that's great. So there are certainly other farms that have door-to-door delivery services, or there's farmers market. I mean, there's other places, though most of the Kitchener farmers market vendors are not local farmers, and if you're buying there, it's good to ask because there's only a couple of them.
Farmers markets, as you mentioned, are pretty strong. However, they're certainly not selling only local food, and they're certainly not only sold by farmers, because there's a lot of reselling of stuff.
There's a lot of interest and a lot of talk in local food. There's a lot of interest in organic food, and they get conflated. There's not a really great understanding about organic being a production system and local being a distribution system. And they really have nothing to do with each other. So just because a farm is local doesn't mean their production methods are sustainable. And just because you're getting organic food, which should allow you to be eating things that are more sustainably produced, it could be coming from California, it could be coming from China, it could be coming from anywhere. So they're really two completely different and I think equally important things. And sometimes the question gets posed, which one do you think is more important? And it's a funny question because they don't have anything to do with each other in some ways, except that smaller scale farms are focused on local production because they're not so big that they need to find markets far away. And the upside of that is that if someone is a local producer, you can ask them questions, you can find out a little bit more about their production methods, and you can figure out where these two things overlap. Don't choose. Try to find food to eat that is locally produced, where you're supporting local economic development, you're supporting local opportunities, you're decreasing your carbon footprint by minimizing travel and storage, and also find sustainably produced, whether it's certified organic or not.
Some good reports from the Canadian organic growers that try to sort of talk about the sweet spot in between organic or regenerative and local is so important because they both have huge strengths. It's great to, again, support regenerative agriculture, but if it's, apples being shipped from New Zealand, that's got its costs as well. Yeah, local food is important in many ways. We just need to think globally and locally about how to promote more local food systems and food sovereignty for everybody. And figuring out the best way to do that is obviously a huge struggle because we are so dependent on all of these global networks and supply chains.